Welcome everyone to Planet of NY Sports. Here we talk Yankees, Mets, Giants, Jets, and a little bit of the Knicks and Nets. So, Sunday Night Football,
Week 1,
MetLife Stadium.
Daniel Jones versus Dak Prescott.
Oh boy, we have not beat Dak Prescott since the year we swept them, which was Dak Prescott's rookie year. We have not beat Dak Prescott. I am very nervous going into this game. This is a big game. Is it as big as the Bills and Jets? No. But for me personally, this is a big game. Will this show where the Giants are at? Probably, but I think if they lose this game, will I be concerned? No. If they lose against the Cardinals, that's when I'll look at you and I'm like, whoa, that's bad. This game, though, I'm expecting a win. But let's get into the reasons why. Let's get into the keys of victory. You can obviously tell by the tone of my voice, I'm pretty nervous about talking about this game. So, Jayden, go ahead. Take it away.
Well, we have a big matchup here. The Cowboys, it's just that in the week, we just talked about it, I think, before we started this, Russell. I think it's a 10 or is it 10 or 11 straight wins
Yeah.
for the Cowboys. So this is a big game. The Giants have Darren Waller. They have Saquon Barkley now. It's just about the matter of the defense stepping up against Dak Prescott. Also, their offense needs to step up too. That's a big factor. You have Stephon Gilmore on the other side of the ball, Trevon Diggs, Micah Parsons. You have all those big names on the other side of the ball for the Cowboys. And that's just going to be a big factor for the Giants' offense. They really have to figure it out how they're going to get the ball moving. So let's see what happens. Let's get into key to victories. Daniel Jones needs to play with no mistakes, none. He cannot have any interceptions this game. He has to play football at a high level tonight. This game means a lot for the Giants. They have to somehow beat their rival, their big brother in their division, and so that they're here, they're ready to play. Jalen Hyatt, the rookie receiver, it's a lot of big news about him saying he could be the next Odell, but I'm not going to give him any of that. But he needs to also step up. He needs to get some touchdowns for them, and so that they're not the same old Giants, and so that he's here and he's just because he's a rookie doesn't mean he's gonna not going to put on a show. Giants defense needs to step up against Dak Prescott. C.D. Lamb, Tony Pollard, Michael Gallup. I might be missing somebody, but they really need to step up. This is a big game. They have to step up, try to hold down that Dallas offense. I mean, that Dallas offense is a great offense, but the Giants are gonna have to figure it out tonight.
Yeah. I agree with everything. Okay. So, for some of mine, you got to score touchdowns, no field goals. A lot of these type of games last year, the Giants, it was a lot of field goals. Okay, sometimes you would win these type of games, sometimes you would lose because you didn't have as many touchdowns and there was a lot of field goals. So Daniel Jones, like I get it. There's a lot of people love to bring up Daniel Jones with the touchdown passes and how he barely had any last year. Okay, fine, but there was a lot that were drops because the Giants wide receivers were pretty bad last year. Just look at Richie James. But when I look at this, Daniel Jones apparently only threw one touchdown pass against the Cowboys last season, and that was in 2 games. That is not good. I need to see that upped more. And yeah, I know we have Saquon. He can score touchdowns for you. Okay, yeah, fine. But the Cowboys are already going to know about that, and they're going to find a way to possibly contain that, especially when you got a guy like Micah Parsons on the defense. And Micah Parsons, who you could have drafted, Dave Gettleman, you could have drafted him. And then, Dave Gettleman just went, traded the pick, drafted Kadarius Toney, young Joker. We saw how that worked out. And now he's over there blowing games for the Chiefs.
Don't talk about that.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about him. We're not going to talk about Dave Gettleman anymore, though. It's a Jones Shane era. So, that being said, Another key to victory, I would say, is get these rookies to step up. Just like Jayden was talking about with Jalen Hyatt. Yeah, you got some more rookies on defense. You also have your starting center is most likely going to be John Michael Smith. He's a rookie. I want to see something out of him, but I think he is an upgrade over your center from last year. So hopefully they can step up. And also the O-line. The O-line too. You're going to have to hold your own here. You're going to have to hold your own. You're facing Micah Parsons. Like I said, this guy's just like, he's just a pain. He is a pain. And then you also have DeMarcus Lawrence too that you're also going to have to account for. So this is going to be a very tough task for the New York Giants. Now, another thing I would say here is start off hot. Start off hot. I think you got to start off hot here because you can't start slow. Last year, week 1, it was Tennessee. Tennessee was probably up like 13-0. I don't want to see that. I do not want to see that this game. This game, I want you to come out swinging. Come out swinging. Last year, you had a league worst minus 38-point differential in the first quarter. That is not good. So the Giants do start off slow. At least last year they did. This year, I want to see that change. I want to see that change. Because look at Dallas. Dallas, last year, they were a plus 33, fourth best in the NFL in the first quarter in terms of, point differential. So obviously, you notice the trend here. You see who's better at doing what in the first quarter. So you're going to have to start fast. And that's what I said. I want touchdowns, not field goals. Now, one more thing here is win the red zone battle. This is another key thing and just goes into the field goals and so on. So Dallas, they had the NFL's best red zone offense a year ago. They had touchdowns on 71% of its trips. The Giants were at 7th, but most of that success was probably because of the defense. If we're being honest here, the defense was able to make key stops for you a lot of those times. So this is going to be very tough. Jayden, do you have any stats?
Stats. I do not have any stats on me right now, but the biggest stat for me is defense. Defense. They need to get interceptions. They need to make pass deflections. They have to do a lot of different things today. Today is not a game you can just sit back there and be like lollygag and he's got him. I don't got to worry about. No, you have to be on your A's and your P's and Q's here. This is a big game for them with that defense. Do you have any stats to bring up for the defense?
For the defense, no, because I trust the Giants' defense a little more than the offense. I trust their defense more than our offense.
So do you trust Darnay Holmes against CeeDee Lamb?
Well, I'm talking about generally here. If I had to pick who was probably going to do better in this game, I would say the defense, just going off of, what we've seen last year. It's the offense that concerns me because when you look at the offense last year, like I've said, a lot of field goals, a lot of drop touchdown passes, and we saw that against the Cowboys last year, especially the first time they played against the Cowboys. You could have won that game, but there was a lot of drops. There was a lot of drops. The defense made the stops they needed to make. They made the stops. But the Giants, you had a lot of drops. Sterling Shepard dropped the ball a few times. I forgot, David Sills, who's not on the team anymore. He dropped the ball a lot of times. I want these Giant rookies, Jalen Hyatt, I want guys like that to step up. Isaiah Hodgins. We saw that last year. He had like a mini breakout coming over from the Bills. He was solid. I want them to catch the ball. Oh, Darius Slayton. Don't get me started on this guy because, look, Slayton is solid, but we could have – there's a few games in past years that you could have won if Darius Slayton just caught the ball. That's what I mean here in terms of, if I had to be concerned about, one side of the ball more, it's probably the offense. And like I said, you're going up against Micah Parsons, Stephon Gilmore, Diggs, blah, 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 etc. Lawrence, blah, blah, you're going against these guys. This is going to be a tough matchup. I trust the Giants defense to get you a few stops and get you into that position. Now, will the Giants capitalize on that? That is going to be the deciding factor here. If the Giants can capitalize Will they capitalize? I don't know. We will
Do you
see. We'll
do
see.
you
Go ahead.
think Darren Waller is going to be an X factor tonight?
That's what I was going to talk about next. So, yes, everyone, Darren Waller, fret not. We did hear that he was injured, and I was like, already, we didn't even play a game yet, and this guy is already in the injury report because he's very injury prone. We saw that over there with the Raiders. But he will be playing tonight, according to Ian Rappaport. I have the tweet right here. So, Darren Waller, who popped up on the injury report late this week with a hamstring, is expected to play today. Now, getting to if he will be an X factor, I'm going to say yes. He's going to have to be, because when we looked in training camp, Darren Waller was Daniel Jones' probably his top target. He was his top target. And you're going to be using him as more of like a receiving tight end. He's not going to be in like a blocking tight end as much. He's going to be set up out there as a receiver a lot of the time. It's going to be Daniel Jones, probably his top target. This is going to be big. It's going to be big because sometimes, okay, maybe you got a linebacker on him. Maybe you got Van Der Esch on him for some reason. I want to see him take advantage of that matchup and go up there and catch the ball. Please. We had Kenny Golladay, who we expected to be the next number one receiver. We saw how that failed. Jayden also brought up to me before we started the video that Kenny Golladay, worked out with the Jets. Obviously, he didn't get a call back, so we saw how that went. Kenny Golladay was a bust in New York. We've had a lot of guys come over who we thought were going to be good for the Giants, and they stunk in terms of being a receiver. Golden Tate. I'll point to Golden Tate, too. You gave him a 4-year deal a few years ago. He wasn't that good. He was supposed to replace OBJ as the number one receiver, which I don't know why you would think that, because he was never like as good as OBJ. He was like he can be a good 2 in his prime. He was a good 2. He's not a 1. Now you got Darren Waller now, who is apparently, like I said, Daniel Jones' top option. I want to see him catch the ball. Please. All right, Jayden, do you have anything else?
Nope. Let's get into the scores. What do you think?
You know what? You go first. You go first. You go first.
Well, I don't know how I feel about this game. It could go any way, to be honest with you. I'm gonna go with 2 score predictions. Actually, I'm gonna go with 2 because I really feel like this game you really don't know how it's gonna go. For the first score prediction, this is like for Giants, I guess. I would say if the Giants somehow with their defense hold down and the offense scores, I'm gonna say 14 to at least. I'm gonna say 14-20, 14-20 for the Giants. Giants end up winning. I think that they somehow figure out a way to beat the Cowboys. Um, and for the other score prediction, if they don't hold them down, if their offense doesn't score and their defense is not doing their job, I think the Cowboys could blow out the Giants. Realistically, if their defense doesn't step up, their offense doesn't step up, they're going to have a long night. I'm gonna say that if that does happen, the Cowboys end up winning 35-14.
Okay. All right. All right. So you all know, if you watched one of our previous videos, I did say that the Giants would win this game, but I did not say that with a lot of confidence. So now, if I'm giving a score prediction here, I don't like it. This is a very tough game. Very tough game. And also, just to add some suspense here, one player I forgot to mention that I want to see step up, Evan Neal. Last year, buddy, I was patient with you. I was patient with Andrew Thomas when he sucked his first year. Okay, fine. I saw that. And then he's an all pro now. He's an all pro tackle. We gave Andrew Thomas the bag. He's good. He's reliable. On the other side, though, Evan Neal, you're in year 2, buddy. You're in year 2. I need to see more. Last year, against Micah Parsons, he was terrible. He was terrible. I need you to step up this game. I need to see something from you. If I see Micah Parsons back there and it's because of you again, like 5,000 times, I'm going to be annoyed because I'm like, okay, what was this guy doing during the offseason? I need to see improvement. Now, going on to my score prediction, I think the Cowboys are like a 3.5-point favorite. Yeah, they are. Okay. That's what the spread is. So if I'm picking against the spread here, what did you say? You said like 2014 Giants.
14 Giants. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think if the Giants are going to win this game, I'm going to go with a wacky score here. Let's say 26 Giants and 24 Dallas. The Giants win by 2 somehow. Maybe either if that's like a missed extra point or something, if there's any 2-point conversions involved, because we see that a lot more in football. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna say 26-24 Giants. This is going to be a very tough game, folks. If you can do me the favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I really hope the Cowboys don't win this game. But if the Cowboys win, actually, no, screw that. No, I'm not gonna say if the Cowboys win at all. The Giants, you need to win this game. If you don't win this game, I'm gonna be very annoyed. I'm not gonna say, oh, at least it was close. No, I'm not saying that, because last year it was, you had a game where both games were like, oh, okay, it was close. All right, fine. This year, I want to see you win.
Who do you think is gonna have the ball last possession?
I'll say the Giants because they're at home.
Okay. All right.
I'll say the Giants. If it comes to that, yeah, I'll say the Giants.
So you think they'll get stopped, and then like the Cowboys go down the field, but they miss the field goal?
Either they miss the field goal or you stop the Cowboys, because Dak. Let's not forget who Dak is here. Like, I know,
not the best QB.
I know Dak has beat us, but a lot of those times it was either barely, like if we were looking at like last year, or the second time on Thanksgiving, it was a kind of different situation. The Giants had a few guys that were out, and it was like, So this year, make Dak turn over the ball. We saw it last year with the interceptions. If you can do that this year, if you can pick them off twice, that would be great. And if the offense can capitalize, that would be great as well. Now, you can all do me a favor, hit that like. I can't even speak today. I'm so nervous. I can't even speak. I'm nervous about this game. Literally, I'm going to be watching Red Zone. I'm going to be watching it, and I'm going to be like this. I'm going to be tapping. I'm going to be stuttering. I'm not going to be able to speak later. I can't speak right now. I'm going to be like, that's how I get when the Giants play in primetime.
Everybody, pray for Russell. Pray for the Giants.
Yeah.
Hopefully they win tonight.
Because if they don't, I'm going to come to school tomorrow. I'm going to be a nervous wreck, and I'm going to be like, oh, okay. Everyone's like, oh, what happened to the Giants? They're going to ask me, because everyone knows I'm a big Giant fan. What happened to the Giants? Oh, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to have to deal with seeing Cowboy jerseys. I don't want to see any Cowboy jerseys tomorrow, or I'm going to lose it. I know it's week 1, but these next, 18 weeks, this is going to determine my mental health for the week, basically. So, if the Giants win, okay, my mental health is going to be good for the week. If they lose, if they get blown out, I'm going to be very depressed that week, especially if it's against a team like the Cowboys, Eagles, or Washington. So, do me a like.
Still can't talk.
You do it. Because
give us a like, subscribe, and come back to watch Planet of New York Sports. And
yeah, please, because if we don't win this game, I'm gonna have to deal with a lot of Cowboy fans. A lot of, you guys are frauds. You guys, last year was a fluke, and could it be a week 1 reaction? Fine, but I really want the Giants to win this game, and I'm really nervous. I really wish that it wasn't in prime time so I could just watch it already. But we got football back, baby. It starts right now. It's 12:58. Oh, I gotta go watch Red Zone. I'm going to post this video right now. Hopefully the Giants win. Please win, Giants. We're almost at 100 subscribers as well. Please subscribe.